Welcome back to God's Heart YouTubers. Welcome back to God's Heart YouTubers.
Remember this, selfish people don't care about you unless you're doing something for them.
I gave you a chance to answer, but here we are.
Scammer beware? I would consider you a scammer. Just curious. Are you still going to every YouTuber begging for money to pay your bills? And I thought you felt horrible for being associated with scammers, liars, and people who bash others. So how long until you start begging again? Or do you never stop? Asking for a friend? Oh, and does your BFF know the shit talking you have done and continue to kiss ass? Make it make sense.
Sad Fishing 101. Here we go. Let's go back to July 30th, 2022, shall we?
You're such a sweetheart. I'm so sorry about your bro. That's heartbreaking. I had asked Kinn2016Callan2020 for help about a month ago, and she put me off because of Ocean Lover. When I heard that lady's story, I was like, oh yeah, that lady needs that support more than me. Then I was told it was a scam and that money disappeared as fraud, but I don't know. I just never asked about it again. I'm so embarrassed I even asked. I've always been self-sufficient. We can't even afford the gas to get my hubby back and forth to doctor appointments. My cash-up is, and even just prayers mean more than anyone knows. I feel horrible for being associated with scamming, lying, and people who bash others. I love your channel and what you're done and prayers and support for you.
Now let's fast forward to August 6, 22, because you never got the response you wanted.
How are you doing? Sorry I haven't been able to reach out. I have had a lot going on. When you asked me the other day about what my goal was, I wasn't sure what you meant. I can tell you my 24-year-old daughter shooting drugs in another state 5 hours from me, and I'm scared to death she's gonna get a hold of some fentanyl. I can't afford to go get my grandkids from her. My son called from that state also. He's 18 and fell out from heat exhaustion. My husband is fighting with workers' comp. He needs a nerve block for failed rotator cuff surgery, and they don't want to pay. It's affecting him mentally and physically because he can't work, and it's his dominant arm. I have a $695 shut off on my electric, and I still have my 16-year-old twins at home who I homeschool. My rent here is $850. And we are 3 months behind, and I'm afraid of being homeless soon. I am in a panic and don't know what to do.
Now this is where I come in at. Have you forgotten the person you were begging for help from is also in need of help? And also fighting for her life. Mary isn't only fighting for her life, but she is fighting mentally too. So bad, she has tried to hurt herself again because she doesn't want to burden anyone with her problems. When I saw your emails, I was appalled because you are not thinking about Mary and how much she is going through. You literally gave her one sentence, then it was straight back to your problems. Mary is a sweet soul, and even when she can't afford her next meal, she felt bad because she couldn't help with your $3,245 of past due bills. Did you forget Mary is fighting for her life? She found out in May she has cancer and just lost her brother very recently. Even when Mary knows she can't help someone, she will try until her last breath, because that's who she is. But how can you say your struggles are worse than hers? Mary is struggling to pay her bills, roughly $600 a month plus food, but you felt the need to beg for $3,245 for your past bills? Make that make sense. Mary didn't even know until I pointed it out, that it was more about you and your problems, or even how she was doing. She has her struggles, her mental health, and her family grieving the loss of her brother. Do you honestly think that your struggles are worse than Mary's? She's fighting for her life. She's fighting to stay alive, for her children, grandchildren, and everyone who loves her. If you honestly think your struggles are worse, watch someone who's fighting for their life against cancer. I will never understand anyone going to someone else who is also struggling themselves. How could you do that? This is when Mary needs more support than ever. She is struggling not just financially but emotionally, physically, and mentally. Losing her brother has taken a huge toll on her and her body. Mary is now on oxygen 24/7. She can't work and is waiting for her disability to go through, but it takes time. Mary isn't the person to ask, so I will on her behalf. If you can help Mary with a couple dollars and some prayers, it will help her tremendously. Maybe, instead of grabbing that coffee to go, maybe you could spare that cup of coffee or beer and help Mary today. Even though Mary needs to slow down, her family needs her, and she won't let nothing stop her. My love and prayers are always with Mary and her family, trying to heal from a loss and fighting cancer. No one should have to fight alone. We stand with you, Mary. And here's a few messages from those who love you dearly.
Mary, my big sis, I love you and will always be here for you when you need me. Soul Sisters. Love, Stacy May, also known as Tai Tai. Hey Mary, thank you for all you do. Love you so much. Never leave a warrior behind. Love, D. Hey Mary, keep fighting strong. You're a blessing in my life. We got you, lady. Praying for you and standing with you always. Hashtag Warrior Strong Love, HWS. Mary, thank you for being you. Thank you for always helping others. And thank you for being the light in this crazy world. Anytime you need to talk, I'll listen. I love you dearly. Love, Betty.